to Versus Character Cards!
What's up and welcome to Versus Character Cards, the Versus show without the verses. In this series, instead of analyzing two combatants to figure out who would win in a fight to the death, we are only covering one character at a time, researching who they are and what they can do. Kinda like a versus cheat sheet or a respect thread in video form, as you could use the research in this video as a base for your own research in your own versus show. Pretty neat, huh? And be sure to watch the whole thing and stay tuned afterwards so you can see who we are covering next. But today, we have the waistband warrior, Captain Underpants. Tra-La-Laaaaa! Captain, check. Underpants, also check. Despite him being a very silly and vulgar parody of superheroes, Captain Underpants does have some pretty powerful stuff of his own, so why don't we check him out?
We gotta stop him.
What?
Huzzah! Out of the road, bozo!
Why, thank you, vehicle person.
Long ago, in a galaxy far away, there was a planet called Underpanty World, but it was blowing up like Krypton, so two citizens sent their baby off into space to protect him, and that baby landed on Earth and grew up to become Captain Underpants. Except, that's only the origin in George and Harold's comic book. You see, Captain Underpants is a fictional character in his own universe. He was created by George Beard and Harold Hutchins to give them some laughter to balance out the dread they were dealing with in school from their evil principal, Mr. Krupp. However, one day, they accidentally hypnotized Mr. Krupp, and sort of created Captain Underpants in the real world. Faster than a speeding waistband, more powerful than boxer shorts, and able to leap tall buildings without getting a wedgie, George and Harold's creation had come to life. Now at first, Mr. Krupp running around in nothing but his underpants and a shower curtain was all this was. He didn't have any powers. That is until during one of his adventures he drank super power juice, or in the movie, fell into a bunch of toxic waste. This gave him all your standard superhero stuff. Now he actually was faster than a speeding waistband with super speed, more powerful than boxer shorts with super strength, and who needs to leap tall buildings when you can fly? That's not it though, because somehow this toxic waste or super power juice mysteriously and coincidentally gave Captain Underpants all the powers he has in George and Harold's comic books. He can sling infinite, unlimited underwear at his enemies, trap enemies inside a giant pair of underwear filled with holes like a net. He can somehow give a wedgie to foes that don't even wear underwear. He has a utility waistband with toilet paper lasso inside, a toilet of truth that can spray massive waves of water and rust machinery, and he can even survive the vacuum of space. Now, Captain Underpants does have a couple weaknesses, but he also has ways to counter them. For example, getting drenched in water reverts him back into Mr. Krupp. It doesn't get rid of his powers, but it does turn off the hypnotism. However, upon hearing the sound of fingers snapping, tra-la-la, Captain Underpants returns. Mr. Krupp has even activated himself before. And this even happened after George and Harold destroyed the Hypno Ring, supposedly removing the hypnosis forever. So, immunity to psychic attacks, I guess? But another weakness that does drain his powers is spray starch, which can stiffen his underpants. However, by simply chanting a phrase and calling upon the power of his destroyed home planet, he can regain his powers, out of nowhere, like a failsafe. And then finally, he's weak to bee stings. And, well, Mr. Krupp, if you're allergic, just go to the doctor when you get stung. Despite being just a parody of these superheroes who look like they're flying around in their underwear, Captain Underpants is actually just as powerful. Probably even more so than some of the best. Not only can he leap over gigantic buildings without getting a wedgie, but he can also lift them too. He was able to casually pick up George and Harold's school along with some of the land underneath it. And we're gonna take a bit of a leap here, but he should also be comparable to Super Diaper Baby and Diaper Dog, who are able to push the earth. And considering their strength comes from the same superpower juice as Captain Underpants, it's reasonable to assume the Captain would be capable of just as much. I mean, he was able to trade blows with some evil doppelgangers like Captain Blunderpants and Captain Pandernuts, the former of which was stated to be able to blow up the earth. But if you're still tapping your toes waiting for a direct Captain Underpants feat instead of some scaling, then look no further than the time he clogged a gigantic evil robot toilet and caused an explosion that created a star. Yup, that actually happened. I mean, even as a baby, he did survive getting flung to Earth from another planet outside our own galaxy. You kinda have to expect this absurdity. And don't worry, his speed matches, once able to go to Uranus and back within 15 minutes to get a kickball, a speed feat almost 20 times the speed of light. He's dodged lasers from Professor Poopy Pants' shrinking and enlarging ray, he's dodged and reacted to space lasers able to annihilate other ships, and even punched them back himself. And when you take into consideration the fact that these ships can travel to other planets outside the solar system in quite short periods of time, Captain Underpants' speed should be even higher. And before you say anything, his highest strength feat with the star level explosion and his highest speed feats with all the space travel stuff was done by Mr. Krupp Captain Underpants, not George and Harold's comic Captain Underpants. I'm not cheating here. He may be completely ridiculous, but you've got to take the Wedgie Wonder very, very seriously.
What the heck happened here?
You're welcome, Peacekeeper!
Keep it down!
Time for the conclusion segment. In conclusion, Captain Underpants is even more powerful now than back when I first analyzed him. So if you didn't think he beat Saitama before, now you should. In fact, there is an argument you could make for potential universe-level Captain Underpants. He was able to defeat Tippy Tinkletrousers who survived the Big Bang, but we don't know if he actually survived. We do see a cameo of him in a future book after those events take place, but we don't know if it's actually him or just some dude who looks similar in the background. So we can't come to a conclusion on whether he actually survived the Big Bang or not, or if Captain Underpants should scale. However, even without that, star level should still be enough to satisfy most people who root for Captain Underpants. I'm not sure of any decent matchups he could have now, but if you think of any, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. But now, let's see who's next.
Next time on Versus Character Cards, it's Rasputin Aquato from Psychonauts.